rethink that consultation on Tooley Street?
They're still going to run its course till January.
It's going to run its course till January.
I guess they can't have that rescinded now because it's out there. But nevertheless, I say they should, because it should never have gone to consultation. It should never. The thing is, you're being consulted against, aren't you, with it going to consultation, because you know it's weighted against you, and that's the problem. And I think if TfL allows that, and I'm sure there's a hierarchy, but you can't say who commissions this, who is doing that, because it's got to come from the very top. As in, if we're integrated into public transport and we are part of a regulated trade, and if they want to champion us, it would never have been commissioned from them at the top, would it? Ever. So you've got to only take from that actually they're working against you. They're working against the best interest of the cab trade. And you sure as hell know when they give funding to Mini Hollands, considering they're £500 million in the debt, when they're giving funding to boroughs to do Mini Hollands, we're not going to be included in that, because they say to the boroughs, go and do what you will with the taxi trade. And they're not going. First time ever they've got the means to do something about us.
So LTDC must be branch. You said Mike Bryan said there's going to be no more bank consultations.
No more bank consultations. Well, no more bank consultations. So they come to the conclusion. We've lost that. 18 months of wait and see policy. And look where it's got us. When they talk about consultations being, being just something they'll get a good gauge on, they're not. They're weighted, absolutely weighted. And it was always going to be that way. If they brought in, say, taxis, even if they did a trial, say, for 6 months with taxis, what they would do is they'd see that the emissions might just spike just slightly, which they would, wouldn't they? And the emissions might just spike just a little bit, and then they can't be seen to have emissions rise. So they'll say, no, we can't let taxis through bank junctions. So it doesn't matter how they've done it, we shouldn't have let it go in the first place. Absolutely shouldn't have let it go. And the trouble with the traffic order, Joe, they'd put a traffic order on something, so they would put a traffic order on Bank Junction. And once the traffic order is in place, it's like binding, it's like legally binding. They go, there it is in place, it's got to run its course. It has to go through so many departments to get there, so much bureaucracy to get there. Once it's in place, that is it. But what they don't do is look at the peripheral routes around the Bank Junction and see the impact or collect impact data on the detrimental effect on those peripheral routes. So when they come up with the results of Bank Junction's traffic management policy, they go, okay, yes, the pollution has dropped by this, the accident rates or incidents, the collision rates, because accidents doesn't proportion blame. So when we talk about it, we must talk of it in collisions. When they talk about that, they go, yes, of course they're reduced. Because they would be, wouldn't they? But they don't, because the traffic management finishes there at Bank Junction, they don't go out to the peripheral routes and say, okay, well, the detrimental impact there is a lot worse. It's not part of the traffic order. So you see how they get away with it. They're not interested in that it's had a detrimental impact. They're just interested in where the traffic order is here in Bank Junction.
Can you just explain it? So people always put